Okay. She can be in the video, it's fine. It's gonna happen. Okay. I guess I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do this stupid
Letting your true colors shine.
signing my name. Okay. Are you ready, Raleigh?
Sure.
Okay. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Are you ready? Okay. Hi, I'm Alex, and this is my family. I'm here with my mom, my dad,
Ew.
my brother.
I'll let her back.
Okay. So today we're gonna talk about my allergies and stuff.
Wait, you forgot one person.
Ivy.
Yeah.
All right, start again.
Okay. Look, no, it's fine. She's here. This is our dog Ivy. Whatever. We're gonna talk about my allergies today. In case you didn't know, I have a severe dairy allergy.
I mean, she dies.
And quick background. Growing up, I had severe dairy allergy, egg allergy, lost the egg allergy, and then now I've got a whole bunch of allergies to outside and to dogs. So, we're just gonna talk about the dairy.
Yes, you are allergic to ivy.
Yeah. Okay.
She doesn't care.
I don't. So, we'll start with Raleigh, because I know he wants to go. So, what are some things that you get with, like, my allergy? Like, being my brother, what are things that you hear or have experienced with, either directly with me, like, things that you've had to change to deal with me, or, like, things that your friends have said or something like that?
So I don't really talk about it much because, like, I don't really see a need. But, like, sometimes it'll come up in conversation and they'll be like, oh my god, she can't eat chocolate? And so I have to explain, like, there is chocolate that you can eat, but, like, most chocolate that you can, as in basically at all. But I've also had to, like, when I bake, I have to, like, use substitutions for it, so, like, Crisco and stuff, and then, like, soy milk and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm very bad at explaining things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like that I have an allergy, or is it annoying to you?
I mean, since I've grown up with it, I don't really, like, it doesn't faze me. Like, I don't like it, like, I don't care, basically. Like, it's just something that I've grown up with.
Okay.
Now, when you were little,
Oh, yeah, when I was little, I would chase her around with cheese sticks.
Fun. Okay. I guess moving on to you guys. How do you guys, like, what are things that people say to you about, like, my allergies and, like, risk and stuff like that?
so I don't know that it's people that it's common occurrences like going out to a excuse me, restaurant or something, and people automatically assume eggs are part of the dairy issue. And mayonnaise is part of that. So it's, things that are made with milk that you have an issue with from a cow.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
The dairy group.
Right.
Everyone was taught in school that the dairy group.
Included eggs.
Right. Eggs
Yeah.
come from a chicken.
Right.
She's only allergic to cow milk production.
I'm not allergic to cows. Because I've been asked before, like,
Yeah, hamburger's your favorite thing.
yeah, I love hamburgers, and I would not die if I pet a cow. I've pet cows before. Now, milking a cow, don't know how that would go, because I can't touch dairy, but I can pet a cow.
So you asked us the other day, how did we find out that you had that?
Yeah.
Well, there's basically only one way. And that is you consume whatever you're allergic to and then have a reaction.
Right. Even at the allergist, it's the same thing, because, like, it's just in a controlled environment.
Right.
Like, they're still just subjecting you to having an allergic reaction.
So in your case, you went in because you were breastfed your first year of life, and then you went in for a checkup at the end of the first year, and doctor said, okay, it's time to give her cow's milk. So we bought cow's milk, We gave it to you, and, well, insert scene from Exorcist here. Head spinning, vomiting all over the place, kind of stuff.
I mean, she got hoarse first.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens when she has the dairy is her throat closes.
Yeah.
And eventually, if she has enough of it, or it goes untreated, it will close off entirely and suffocate her.
And enough isn't a lot. Just like, it's like not, like a glass isn't enough. Like, I mean, it is enough. It's plenty. It's way more than enough.
Yeah. That
Like-
day was less than an ounce.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
now it's even like if I had less than an ounce, like I'd be in the hospital.
you had
on steroids and stuff.
your throat closed up, started to close up. You had severe swelling of the face.
Yeah.
You had projectile vomiting. You had a drop in blood pressure.
Did I have any hives?
No,
Well,
you went right past the hives.
I went right
Well,
past
no,
the
but
hives.
she rubbed her eye and like her whole,
Oh, that's
like
true, yeah.
a massive hive from like above your eyebrow to below your cheekbone.
Right. And before, there's been times where I've had hives on top of hives, right?
Sure.
Like all over.
Yeah.
I don't
So
remember
the more common thing, because we're all pretty careful about not giving you a glass of cow's milk
the
today.
tingly tongue.
The tingly tongue, which is
Tingly tongue is usually her reaction when it's
Cross-
cross-contamination or something that's manufactured in a facility with, or
It's like the
which is still
starting.
cross-contamination.
yes, it is.
It's like the spidey sense kind of thing, where it's like it's
Excuse me.
small. It's like there's a problem here, but it's not bad enough where I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Well, you
I mean,
understand
She-
what it is that makes your tongue tingle. It's
Well-
swelling.
She calls
Really?
it a tingly. No, so she calls it a tingly tongue. I think it's just itching of the mouth. Like I think that's what
Yeah.
that tingly tongue is.
Whatever it is a reaction.
We don't feel it, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's a reaction.
Hi,
Why, hello. Welcome to the vlog.
And more recently, I've been having more of just like it's hard to explain. The last like 3 reactions that I have, it's more of I just can feel it in my system. Like
you don't feel well.
no, like I can just like feel like I'm just the
Things
I'm
don't feel good.
dying. Like something's wrong, versus like a active problem where it's like actively having a tingly tongue or actively like being itchy. It's just like I can feel it inside my entire body. Is just like something's wrong. I don't feel good.
Well, one of the
I
hardest things I
get
think
cold.
is that every reaction is not the same.
Different.
And so we might have a period of time where your reactions are very similar to each other, and then all of a sudden you'll have a different reaction. Because you have had like head to toe hives,
Yeah.
but that doesn't always happen.
Right.
You have had your throat close up, but that doesn't always
That
happen.
usually tends to come though, like in bigger reactions, but it's not always at the same time. And like
Right,
rate
things
or
don't happen,
everything.
things don't progress not necessarily in the same way.
Yeah.
You don't react to medication sometimes in the same way.
Yeah.
So it's just knowing all of the different ways that you could react and being prepared for that. So when we start to see symptoms, that we put it together.
It's definitely a huge thing that I have to realize now is way more than when I was little, because it sounds like when I was little it was more of a obvious, like you could see it, I guess. More,
No.
or like I could, no?
Well, yes and no.
It's like
You
detectives,
didn't know,
we just figured it
You just
right?
figured it out?
Yeah,
'Cause it
and
just-
you didn't know how to verbalize what was going on
Mm-hmm.
at 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, but we could figure it out by looking at how you were reacting.
Like,
Yeah.
like the time when we were over at the Myers, and she's sitting on the toilet, fussing and fidgeting, and I was like getting so irritated. I'm like, just sit still. And later on, we realized.
It's because I was mixing the drink.
Right. So yeah. So you
I
had.
took an empty cup, right, that had milk in it, but at the time that I found it, it was empty, and I had my drink, which was probably like juice or something, and I was going like this in between, just playing with the two cups, and then I took a sip, even though it was back in my normal cup, because there was like milk left over in the other thing. I had an allergic reaction to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't. So no one knew. No one knew that happened.
Right.
Right. Like you were playing with those cups. We didn't realize. A little bit later, you went to the bathroom, and you were young enough that you needed help in the bathroom. So, I'm in there, and you're fussing and fidgeting, and I'm embarrassed because, just sit still and go to the bathroom. And then a little while later, you started rubbing your eyes, and your eyes swelled up really bad, and you became very lethargic. It was very obvious that you were having a severe allergic reaction. We gave you Benadryl, and basically you kind of like fell asleep in my arms at our friend's house. And then later, after you were better, we started talking about it and figured out what happened, what triggered the reaction.
Right.
Um,
And they felt so bad afterwards. Like, I remember that, like, for years they were like...
Oh, they felt really guilty.
would watch everything.
Yeah, but it wasn't their fault. I mean, it was just...
It was me.
It was something that happened, but the thing is that, like, sometimes we don't always know
Right.
in the moment what happened. We just deal with...
You kind of have to figure it out later. Like, in the moment, you can't take the time to figure out what the heck's going on. You just gotta react.
Right, like, we don't always... And even so, like, with restaurants,
Yeah.
we don't, we don't always go back and call the restaurant and ream them out that they had a
I don't think
cross-contamination.
we ever have.
I can't think of a time that I know of. The only time
It doesn't
restaurant
solve
was
any...
Dunkin'. That whole thing, you
And-
were going...
So that was different.
Right.
That was, I told them not to put milk in it, and they put milk in it, and 3 sips, if I remember correctly, right?
I think it was less. I think it was like 2, maybe 3.
It was 2 or 3 sips. I mean, it
2
was-
or 3 sips sent you to the hospital.
Yeah.
And with milk in a drink mixed with other stuff, milk was the minor part of the drink.
Well, because we kept the drink.
Milk's not supposed to be in it.
Yeah, and we kept the drink, and you could see it like when it separated, and you could see like how it was like this much milk for this much drink. But even there, we called them back. We talked to the manager.
And they
We
told
talked
us
to the
no.
owner, and they like reviewed video footage, and then still told us that it didn't happen when we had the drink at home,
Yeah.
clear with milk in it. So, like, it doesn't do any good to go back to them. They're not, and we're not looking to sue anyone or anything like that. But
For
like,
a short period of time, though, he was ready to. He was like, I am ready to go at them. And
if it would change their behavior, that's one thing.
And that's why I stopped, because I
What-
figured it wouldn't.
Yeah.
What had happened was I ordered, if you know what an orange colada is, basically it is like a icy kind of
A
thing.
frozen orange drink.
Yeah. And the person who was making it, or like who was taking our order and making it for us, I don't think his first language was English. So like that's where the communication problem came in. It wasn't like somebody who was just like, well, they told me not to, I'm just gonna do it, because that would be completely different.
I do worry about that happening sometimes.
Oh,
Though.
because some people make comments like that.
Mhm.
Like I'm like, why is that funny? You know, like what, like with the whole lactose intolerant thing that people are like, oh, it's like it's not that big of a deal, just take a pill, and I'm like, it's not how it works for me. Like I could die.
And that's the big issue right there.
That's what scares
If
me.
there wasn't lactose intolerance, people would take your allergy much more seriously.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. People take peanut very seriously.
Yeah.
The peanut kids get all the glory.
I mean, but like, I guess there's not as many people with an anaphylactic dairy allergy but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
Which
And
They
people,
confuses me.
people just misunderstand allergies in general,
They
honestly.
misunderstand allergies in general, but because there is a thing and it's predominant and it's called lactose intolerance, people often confuse what you have with that.
Right.
What you have is exactly what the peanut allergies are.
Which is how you have to explain it to some people, right?
Exactly.
You have to dumb it down for people.
And that is your dairy allergy. That's
Yeah.
the difference between an intolerance and an allergy.
Hi, Current Alex here. Tonight is October 25th. I am filming this outro because this is part 1 of a 3-part series. Basically talked for 45 minutes with my family, so we cut it down into 3 different sections, and if it doesn't make a whole lot of sense at points, I am sorry. That's just my family and our brains. We just kind of go all over the place. I tried to make the separations as seamless as possible and work to be like segmented in a way that would make sense. So I hope you like it, and I hope you learn some things that you may not have learned before about food allergies. And I do want to preface that this is a video, or these 3 videos are about my experiences and my family's experiences dealing with me and my dairy allergy, whereas other people with different allergies may have different experiences and needs and wants and opinions and whatever. And I believe we made a comment jabbing at peanut allergy kids. Listen, don't really have anything against other allergies. We just like to make those jokes because everywhere you see no nuts allowed, peanut allergy, and stuff like that, but there's not as much awareness for other allergies. But it's just a joke. Don't take it seriously. Okay. Thank you for watching. Good night.